Hi class, I wanted to just get in touch with you and first of all say hello and see how everyone is doing. Um, I have gotten a few questions on a problem having to do with perishable goods in your Chapter 8 practice. So I wanted to go over an example with you, and I'm going to go ahead and copy it from my version. So you guys might have different numbers than I do, but just go ahead and follow along with the numbers that I have in this problem. So one area that I think that you guys might be having a little problem in is having to do with your multiplication and division, but really using it in an algebra formula. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type out really the same way the book is going to explain it, but I'll kind of add my thoughts as I do it. So hopefully that might be helpful. All right. So let's start. All right, so this says Aunt Sally's New Orleans most famous pralines sells pralines costing 1.06 each to make. If Aunt Sally's wants a 35% markup based on selling price and produces 45 pralines with an anticipated 20% spoilage, what should each praline be sold for? So what we're trying to get to is we're trying to get to an amount that they should sell the pralines, and they want to make a profit and account for the fact that some of the pralines are not going to sell and they're going to go bad. Okay, so here's how we start. In this one, we're going to say total cost equals 45, so that's number of units produced, times the per unit cost. So our total cost equals 47.70. Everyone seemed pretty good on that part. The next step is we need to get to the total selling price. So we're going to take our total selling price, and really actually I want you to think of those as total sales, not total selling price. So total sales equals our total cost plus a 0.35 or 35% markup on total selling price or total sales. Okay, so this is kind of where I think people are getting stuck. So I'm going to change my pen color. And I want you guys to remember that there is an invisible 1 in front of this here. Okay? So what the formula really says is 1 times total sales equals 0.4770 plus 0.35 total sales. Now, what we want to do is we want to isolate total sales on one side. So, remember the old explanation, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So, I'm going to subtract 0.35 TS from this side. And yes, that is a subtraction sign. Let's see if I can get this a little bit bigger. I'm going to subtract it from the right, and I'm going to also subtract it from the left. Remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay? So what we're left with on the left side is 1 minus 0.35 is 0.65 TS. Equals 47.70. Okay? Now we're still trying to isolate TS. So we're going to subtract out of here, divide out of here 0.65. It's late. So I'm putting my numbers in backwards. Let's see if I have a line. Okay, so we're dividing 0.65 from the left side because we want to get TS by itself. And that means we're left, and we divide it on the left, and then we divide it on the right. And that means we're left with TS equals 4770 divided by 0.65. So our total sales after we divide it out is 73.38. So that is all step one, okay? We're trying to find total cost first of all the pralines that we're going to make. Then we're trying to find out and isolate what are the total sales for all 45 pralines, not considering spoilage. Okay, now we have to put in the spoilage factor. So we're going to take 100% and we're going to subtract out 20%. That was the spoilage in this problem. And so it leaves us with 80% of pralines. I don't think that's how you spell it. Pralines that will not spoil. Okay. So then what we do is we take the number that we produced, we're going to multiply it by 0.80, and we get 36. Because we think that of the 45 pralines that we make, we're going to actually sell 36 of them. The remaining will spoil. But again, we're still trying to isolate a price. So we're going to take our total sales, 73.38, and now we're going to divide it by 36. That's the number of units we think we can sell, okay? And now we get a unit price of $2.04. So I hope that helps to explain this problem. I know it's kind of confusing, but I really think that where people are getting stuck is forgetting good old-fashioned algebra right in this step, okay? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But right in this area, I think this is what's really throwing people off. So remember that anytime you have something that you're multiplying against, you have to keep them together, and so you have to take it from one side, take it out, and make sure to take it out of the other. So I hope this helps you guys. It's pretty late tonight, so I hope my explanation made sense even though it's almost 1 a.m. But I wanted to get this to you guys as soon as I started seeing like 2 or more questions starting to come in on this specific problem. So anyway, thanks so much, you guys. I hope you have a good night, and I hope that this helps.